The first day of the GDC Expo has come to a close, and with it comes many interesting gaming announcements. Now, most importantly for us, there is a wealth of information on Valve's next game, The Lab. Keep in mind, as for the first day of GDC, the only information available is in the form of articles, as Valve specifically did not allow screenshots or videos to be taken during the demonstrations. So let's go over all the information available on Valve's newest VR experience, The Lab. Now, for those who are uninformed, The Lab is a recently announced collection of VR experiments created by Valve to be released in the spring for free for all HTC Vive or Steam VR compatible headset owners. During the initial announcement, it was stated that more information would be available at this year's GDC, which, as of recording, is happening right now. All the information available takes the form of 3 different articles published by 3 different tech websites, all describing their experiences playing a smaller version of the game behind closed doors at Valve's booth. Pictures and videos do not exist as of recording, as Valve did not allow any to be taken. So all we have is text, and this is how the 3 articles described the demo. The demo opens in a grid-like room with a translucent sphere located in the center. Players are instructed to pick up and place their face inside of the sphere, instantly teleporting the player to the first demo. Called a postcard by Valve, the first experience transports the player to a photogrammatic recreation of Washington State Mountain, Vesper Peak. The player is given the ability to blink around the area by using the touchpads on the controls to pick different places to teleport to. A feature necessary, as most real-world environments would be much larger than the recommended 10x10 room the Vive users would be walking in. Tech website Shack News compared the teleporting to Epic Games' Bullet Train demo's teleport ability. After the player is teleported to the peak, a small robotic dog greets the player and wants to play a game of fetch. Scattered all around the ground is sticks, and players then proceed to play fetch with a robotic dog on the peak of a mountain. However, after a while, another small transport orb appears, and players are teleported to the next game. The next game is called Slingshot, and has been compared to Angry Birds, however with a large twist. Players are teleported on a small platform with a sizable slingshot in front of them. A large conveyor belt carrying many personality cores from the Portal series runs past, and the slingshot is loaded with a core, and the core proceeds to introduce themselves to the player, explaining their personality traits and their job at Aperture Science, before being shot into large wood and metal structures to try and knock them down. Players can aim at explosive barrels and what are called combo cubes using the controllers, and the feeling of accuracy is reported to be very high with the Vive controllers. With every shot, a counter on the right side of the screen reports the damage done in an amount of dollars, and the whole experience is tied together by the cores themselves, all being voiced by Justin Roiland, the voice of both Rick and Morty in the popular animated TV show of the same name. After a few of the cores are launched, another teleport sphere appears, and after looking through it, the players are transported to a small sphere, about 2 meters in diameter, where a mini spaceship, almost taking the appearance of a toy, is seen. Once the spaceship is grabbed with the controllers, a laser shoots from the front and is persistently on throughout the demo. Enemies spawn in front of the player, and the player is supposed to shoot the enemies using the laser and avoiding their fire by moving around the sphere using the controllers and your body. Over time, you shoot down opposing ships of varying sizes and different ship power-ups. You progress through different levels, and at the end of every level you battle a boss, and the game goes on until you get a game over, which in the demo was a one-hit KO. It is unknown if the one-hit KO was for the sake of the demo, but once the game over is reached, another sphere appears and the player continues. The next demo goes by the name of Longbow, and we have heard about this experience before. Players use the controllers to shoot a bow and arrow at intruding enemies to defend a guard tower. The enemies take on the form of Bendy from Portal 2, and they can wield swords, shields, and helmets. It's a very basic premise, yet according to the people that played it, it's incredibly engaging in design. Once the player loses, another orb appears, however this time the player is brought to the main hub, where the usual players would normally start. The demos shown were all for the sake of demonstration. However, in the full game, players use the hub to pick from 12 different experiences to play. The hub takes the appearance of a grid-like Portal 2-esque room with 12 dioramas and spheres, each showing off a different experiment. So we currently know about Vesper Peak, Slingshot, Longbow, Zortex, and confirmed earlier today, the robot repair demo that we have all been familiar with for over a year is also seen within the lab, with the new addition of scaling room size, allowing the game to be played accurately in different sized rooms. So this brings the total known demos to 5, meaning there are 7 more. It is possible to have a few more photogrammatic postcards, although aside from that, there isn't any more information. According to VR website Road to VR, Valve had a whiteboard in the same demonstration room with more of the games written down on it. However, at the current time, nothing has been said past there was a whiteboard. No information from the whiteboard is on the internet. The sheer quality and quantity of content seen here is amazing, with each of these demos being incredibly polished, with all Valve design, control, and character we expect from every game. I look forward to any more information in the future and can't wait to get my hands on this program, which should be launching in April. It has been stated that the lab will be compatible with all Steam VR compatible headsets, meaning more so than just the Vive. And if that's the case, then this game might be able to have mouse and keyboard controls. And if that's the case, we might be able to play this game without an HMD, which completely defeats the purpose of it, but for those that cannot afford an HTC Vive or comparable VR head-mounted display, it would still be nice to be able to just experience the things at the same time as everyone else. GDC is still 2 more days after the recording of this video, and if any more information comes out regarding Valve, Steam VR, the HTC Vive, the lab, or any other thing that could possibly be announced, you will hear about it here. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.